wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy, and you are watching the F and Brand Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. I am back with my SmackDown review for May 18th, 2012. It was a good night on SmackDown. I really did enjoy the show, and only 2 days remain until we reach the Over the Limit pay-per-view this Sunday. Over the Limit has a stacked card, and I can't wait to see it firsthand and provide you guys, the fans and subscribers that have made this channel so successful, with a full review. Before we begin, please check out the official website of the F and Brand at FightNationWrestling.com, and please also follow me on my new Twitter page at BrianCrazy2001. So we start off SmackDown with the general manager of not only Raw, but also SmackDown, Johnny Ace, Big Johnny, and he comes down. He basically is talking about the situation that he has found himself in, and he's asking the fans not to forgive him, but to say a prayer for him. Out comes CM Punk. These two exchange words, and Johnny Ace says, hey, we haven't reached Sunday yet. I am still the general manager. I can still book the matches, and you will face Kane tonight, CM Punk, a little bit later on. So this is pretty interesting, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good match. Then we go into the next segment. We go into a tag team competition. We go into Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, who are the current tag team champions. They're going against Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, one of the tag teams in the storyline that Johnny Laurinaitis brought up to SmackDown since he has been the general manager. Now, this was a real interesting match. There was a lot of back-and-forth action, and R-Truth and Kofi Kingston with, I think, is a little Jimmy gave him the assist at some point. They picked up the win. Then we go into what is supposed to be Damien Sandow versus Yoshitatsu. Last week, Damien Sandow refused to face his opponent, and this week he did something very similar. But then Yoshitatsu actually mocked Damien Sandow and ended up calling him a chicken, and this is when Damien Sandow just threw off that robe, went running in the ring, and, you know, at first I had to actually run the DVR back because I'm watching, and the guy, he's got a blue robe, white scarf, big beard, long hair, all right? He throws off the robe, and he has purple knee pads and pink tights. Don't take anything away from his athletic ability. Incredible athlete, and actually some of the moves he performed in this match, or it wasn't even a match, it was just a mugging, were quite impressive, don't get me wrong. This ring attire threw me off so much, I'm like, what is he wearing? He's really wearing that? Rewind. Shit. He's really wearing that? Rewind. Okay. Oh, crap. Wow. Ooh, ooh. Wow. Ooh. I don't want to be him. You know what I mean, guys. But it was pretty impressive. I mean, yeah, it was a mugging, but he ended up putting him into a full Nelson and just smashing his face into the corner turnbuckle, then some hard knees to the face, and then he ended up doing this pretty impressive neck breaker. He basically took his arms across along his neck and pulled him backwards and boom, just put him down. It was nice looking. I wonder if that is his finishing maneuver or just one of the maneuvers that are as part of his move set. Then we go into a backstage segment with Sheamus and Randy Orton. And then we go into Daniel Bryan versus Zack Ryder. Daniel Bryan is the #1 contender, and he will face CM Punk for the WWE Championship this Sunday at the Over the Limit pay-per-view. And he ended up picking up the win over Zack Ryder with the Yes Lock. This was about a 5-minute match. Then we go into Kane versus Daniel Bryan, another 5-minute match, but there was a lot of back-and-forth action. We saw Punk on the offensive. We saw Punk on the defensive. Same with Kane, offensive and defensive. There was a lot of trading of positions, and these are two incredible athletes. They have incredible amounts of ring awareness, and they are well, Kane, I would think of is a ring general, and Punk, I'm sure he's getting to that point, but Kane is very, very seasoned, and Kane is a very, very incredible athlete. It's going to be a real shame when Kane decides to finally hang it up and finally, you know, call it quits. I think it's going to be a sad day for the WWE, and I think it's going to be a sad day for the WWE Universe. But we saw this match finish when Daniel Bryan was sitting at ringside on commentary. He ended up grabbing a steel chair, and he hit Kane with it. Then he goes running away. As Kane gets up, CM Punk has a chair in his hand at that point. So he thinks Punk did it. He lays Punk out quick, ends up assaulting him with the steel chair, tossing him into the ring, and laying him out with a chokeslam to end this segment. Then we see a non-title champion versus champion match. The United States champion, Santino Marella, going one-on-one against the IC champion, the Intercontinental champion, Cody Rhodes. Now, this is a good match. There's a lot of back-and-forth action. Santino ends up getting the upset victory over Cody Rhodes and picking up the win in this match. Then we see a recap of the situation with the Big Show on Monday Night Raw, where he was humiliated and then fired by John Laurinaitis. And I think this would be a perfect opportunity at the Over the Limit pay-per-view. Now, the stipulation is this, that no WWE superstar can interfere in the match or he'll be fired. Now, Big Show's already been fired. He's been humiliated. Imagine if that lit the fire to reawaken that, 7-foot, 500-pound giant, the monster. The first night we saw the Big Show in the WWE, remember, he ripped through the ring and threw Stone Cold so hard into the steel cage that he gave way, and Austin then won the match, went on to WrestleMania 15 to defeat The Rock, so on and so forth. But we need that monster. We need the Big Show. I love him as a friendly guy. I love that he's doing something for the fans, for the kids. I love that the fans, the little guys, are able to enjoy that. I've got little guys myself, and they absolutely love his character. But at this point in time, we need a monster Big Show. We need that heel. And a lot of people were anticipating Lord Tensai was going to get involved, but I think Big Show is going to be the man to get involved in this match, help Johnny Ace secure his position, somehow become involved with him, and then he's going to regain his position on WWE television and get his contract back, so to speak. Then we go into the main event. Randy Orton picked up the win over Sheamus via a quick roll-up. This was pretty surprising. There was a lot of back-and-forth action. It looked like Randy Orton was going to pick up the win. He coiled. He was about to hit the RKO. And Sheamus just out of nowhere hit the roll-up 1, 2, 3. Post-match, we see a handshake between these two. And Sheamus is a little hesitant at first. But he decides to shake. He's like, it's over between us for now until Sunday. Basically, you can see him talking back and forth. And they go to shake hands. Orton goes to turn, walk away. But Orton's got this look in his face. You know he's up to something. And the Viper hits. The Apex Predator hits the RKO on Sheamus and lays him out to end Friday Night Smackdown. This was a great match. It was 16-plus minutes in length. It was pay-per-view quality. And this is the kind of action that Friday Night Smackdown needs. The only thing that this show was missing, the only thing, it was an incredible night on SmackDown. I have no complaints. The only thing the show was missing was some Divas action. I would really like to see a nice little solid 4 or 5 minute Divas match. But in the same right, all the contests we got tonight were absolutely phenomenal. And I would also like to see Unico Camacho on TV just a little bit more. And in the same right, same with guys like, a lot of the guys that we've seen on Superstars and NXT lately. Like, it would be nice to see Alex Riley involved in the match once in a while. It would be nice to see Ryback go against an opponent that would give him a little bit of a run for his money. I'm not saying destroy the undefeated streak or destroy the monster. Keep the monster alive, but, bring up the quality of the opponents. Now, I understand at one point in time, having wrestlers face jobbers and getting over that way was a very popular way to build a star. With today's WWE audience and the amount of WWE content that we currently have and that we're able to view on a weekly basis, is that going to still work the same? I want to know your guys' thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this review. It was a little less formal than usual, but I just wanted to give you guys a straight shoot, give you my thoughts. Hopefully me and my broadcast colleague, JC Styles, over on F and True Wrestling can get together and give you guys a co-op review like you guys have become accustomed to. But if that can't happen, hopefully he'll throw up his thoughts at some point throughout the weekend. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for being loyal fans and subscribers of the F and Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com. My name is Brian Crazy. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time watching, please subscribe and have a great night.